Good morrow, scholars. Welcome back to I almost said Pokemon. Anyway, Zombie Survival Week, episode 4. It is. As you can see, I have Icky over here. Gave him a brand new cage. Technically, it's his old one, but I brought it in, and he seems to be enjoying it. He's currently resting at the moment because that's what he does. In this episode, I thought I'd go over the types of people that one might want to have specifically for a zombie survival team. Like I went over how a Michael would be less than satisfactory. Um, the most important thing. Also, what do you guys think of Green Lantern? Not the movie with Ryan Reynolds, but like the comic book. Anyway, Jon Stewart from Justice League was really good though. Anywho, the first and foremost thing I think one would need to look for in a team would be the medic. Um, Now, this would be somebody who either has extensive knowledge on first aid, or at least practical experience, or even say you have a herbalist that you're friends with. They could help with like minor aches and pains and other such things that one might be able to find. Um, Cures, I guess remedies for. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Remedies for out in the wild. Oh, sorry. Another good person to have is someone who's light on their feet and quiet. Basically, somebody who would be perfect for a scout. You don't want somebody who's just quick. You want someone who's smart. So, whereas Michael is quick, he's not exactly stealth-minded. So you definitely want somebody like that. Basically, you want to think. I say basically a lot. My brother started doing that. Not Adam, but another one. Um, Think like Batman or Solid Snake. You know, espionage type of abilities. Let's see. Do I know anybody like that? I'll get back to you on like people that I know that I would want on my team. You're gonna need someone that's and the Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks actually mentioned this and stresses that you need a comedian, not like the comedian from Watchmen, but like somebody who's just like really fun and is able to lighten the mood for everybody. Because um, as most movies actually show, the real problem living in a zombie apocalypse type of a scenario isn't so much the zombies as it is the people you have to live with. They tend to go bonkers, or they started out homicidal, or they're just completely useless in a stressful situation after a long period of time. So yeah, you definitely want somebody who's able to create that air of excuse me, of lightheartedness. So I'd like to think that I would be really good. You would need, I would say, somebody that's really good at what do you call it? Writing. That way, any like information that you come across that you think you might need at some point somewhere, you could have them jot down so that it's not forgotten. Basically, you want to keep a log of everything, not necessarily everything that you do, but everything that you need, and like how-tos kind of a thing, so that if somebody is lost, that you have a reference to pull from. You're going to need somebody who's a natural-born leader, or preferably you want somebody who's actually been tried and tested as a leader. And in that case, anyone with a military background would definitely be the first person you should look for, or I guess look to for advice. Um, Say they're not a people person, but you know, if you take cues from them, and then they can relay it to people in such a way that they won't be offended, or you know, however group morale might go, because the real problem with just having a group of people versus like maybe one or two or even three is that there's going to be, hi Adam, oh, I got Iggy in the camera.
Oh, good.
What was I saying? Oh my gosh. I really need to have like a little thing that says, I am recording, do not disturb me. I guess I could stop the video and then watch where I'm going, or watch where I'm from, and then edit everything together. Oh, that's right. The problem is, like, if you have any interpersonal issues with somebody, even if it's not exactly smart, those tend to rear their ugly heads at the worst possible moments. So you either want somebody who you both respect enough to turn to when things come to a head, or you want to just completely disregard having a team centered around such a thing, because if you're fighting each other, you're going to be in much worse shape than you would be if you were working together to take on zombies, or, as I'm about to discuss in the next segment for this particular video, types of survivors you may or may not encounter. Is there anyone you can think of, like a type of person that would be useful to have in a zombie apocalypse? I've gone over how you need a medic, you need some sort of entertainer, you need a leader, you need someone with a knowledgeable background on certain aspects. I stressed having somebody write stuff down so that if somebody is lost, that you're able to still take a reference from, say, a book that somebody wrote. Like if you have everyone tell this person their knowledge and they can write it down, that it would be useful in the long run.
Yeah.
You're going to need a hunter, or at least somebody who knows how to hunt, preferably someone with experience, but anything and everything at your disposal should definitely be considered. You're going to need, well, you really don't need a hunter per se, but it would definitely be nice to have. Somebody with a map, like a physical map, not just a map in their head, because you can't trust them. Okay, so that pretty much covers anything and everything that you absolutely need for a team. Everything else, like say you have someone who can sew, definitely keep them. Excuse me, because you never know when you're going to need somebody to, fix up your clothing, because it will wear out on you. I don't know what it is today. I've been coughing. Oh no, the zombie plague is starting. Brains. Okay, so types of people that you might run into include aggressors. Either they just want to kill people because they're crazy, they want to kill people because they don't want to risk them being infected, or they want to kill people because they're gonna, or having two groups of people would cut into their survivability. Rather than pooling their resources together, it's better to just take another group out of the equation. You could run into crazy people. That's not to say crazy people are violent. It's actually quite the opposite. I don't know why I did like that, like I smoke or something. I don't. People who are actually mentally disturbed are more likely to be hurt by normal people. But definitely stay away from them anyway, because you don't know how they'll react to you. You could run into helpful survivors. I mean, chances are you won't, because anyone who would be able to help would be in hiding. And anyone that's, out scavenging around is either really desperate, or, as I mentioned before, homicidal. You could run into... What kind of people might one run into during zombies? That's an excellent question. I'm going to have to think of even more. I feel kind of bad because I feel like I really did have something to say, or I mean, I just said something, but like to continue, but I can't seem to think of what it was. If you run into the military, chances are you should just trust them. Not entirely though. That's actually one thing I wanted to mention. Try not to keep your group all together at once. Like, you know, don't keep all your eggs in one basket. You want to have like a main group. Let's say you had a group of 5 people. So you want the main group to have 3, and they're going off, you know, forward, and then the subgroup, which is just there for support, follows not closely behind, but not so far away that they wouldn't be able to provide assistance. This way, like one would see in what season of The Walking Dead was it, where Carol blew up the tanker? It was this last season, I believe, way at the start. If they had everybody in the group there, then all would have been lost. But because they had someone on the outside able to come in and help them, they were able to escape. So yeah, definitely, do not just pool your resources and just leave them in just one big pot. Because as we've seen with Lau from The Dark Knight, that doesn't go well. Anything you'd like to add, Iggy? Wow, he's really disinterested. Seriously, can we get some sort of a meme with Iggy? You guys let me know if you can think of something, because who knows with him. Well, I realize this video is a little bit shorter than it should have been, but truthfully, there's not too many types of people that one might run into. This is zombies after all. Well, until next time, goodbye everybody.